Okay, hello everyone. Are you welcome back on board? So it's me, Shahbaz Hussain. So we are going to start the further extension of the topic proportion. So in the previous lectures we studied direct proportion and the questions of the direct proportion. So now today we are going to comparison or relate the two proportionalities, the direct proportion and the inverse proportion, the step by step guide to direct and inverse proportion. So now we're going to start the inverse proportion. So first of all, just comparison of the direct and inverse proportion. As you can see that on your left side, here we have a example of directly proportional. So what is directly proportional, and the versus on the right side we have as inversely proportional. So first one is what the question would say. The question is saying that A is directly proportional to B, and in mathematics, as you can read as A is proportional to B, or in mathematics we can write as is A is proportional to B, or in general form, the general formula of the directly proportional is A is equals to K times B. Now you are simply known what is K, you are familiar with the K, right? So the simple equation becomes A is equals to K times B. This is the overview of directly proportional. Directly proportional versus inversely proportional. What is the difference between both the proportionalities? So now we're going to start the inversely proportional. The inversely proportional is A is inversely proportional to B. Now here is the difference between directly proportional and inversely proportional. When we say that A is inversely proportional to B, it means that A is equals to 1 over B, 1 divided by B. So this is the difference between direct and inverse. In the direct proportion, if you say that A is directly proportional to B, it means that it is a simple equation. A is equals to B, K times B, 2 times B, 3 times B, 4 times B. Or when he say that A is inversely proportional to B, this means that A is equals to 1 over B. So how we can write in the inversely proportional equation? In maths we can say that A is proportional to 1 over B. This is the basic thing in the inversely proportion. This is the difference between the two proportionalities. The direct proportion is a straight equation and inversely proportion is in divide form. So in general formula, here we have A is equals to K times 1 over B, or in basically we can write as A is equals to K divided by B. So the simple difference between both the proportionalities, in directly proportional both K and B multiply with each other, or in inversely proportional both K and B is divided with each other, right? This is the simple difference between both the proportionalities. So K is, as you know, that constant which links our two numbers. We use it and a specific case to find a specific formula for all numbers with a specific relationship, or you can skip it and write the straight equation. Now as you see that again we have two types of proportionalities of a example. So A, for the example is A is directly proportional to B. So you know that we just write A is equals to K times B, and in next one A is equals to 10, B is equals to 5. So we just put the values of A is equals to K times 5. So A is 10, 10 is equals to K times 5. This is the find the equation linking A and B. So as you know that how to find the equation linking A and B. So start with the general formula, we write the equation. Now we put the values, substitute the values in the equation. So after that we solve for the K. So here we have the value of K is equals to 2. So the equation becomes A is equals to 2 times B. Now move on. How we can solve in the inversely proportional and calculate the value of K? Simple as, so on the right side we have inversely proportional example. The question is A is inversely proportional to B. So he said that when A is 10, B is 5, the values are same. Now he said find the equation of linking A and B. Now first of all we start with the general formula. General formula, A is equals to K divided by B. In direct proportional we write A is equals to K times B, or in inversely proportional we will write A is equals to K divided by B. This is the simple basic difference between two proportionalities. This is the simple basic difference between two proportionalities. Now the all other steps are same. all the steps are same as both the proportionalities. Now substitute the values of both the variables. A is 10, B is 5. Now simply solve this equation. 5 is in divide form, and when we move 5 to the left side, it will multiply with 10, it becomes 50. So here we have K is equals to 50. So the general specific formula of the inversely proportional is A is equals to 50 divided by B. This is the basic formula. So in the real life example, we know that when B is increasing, A is 2 times increasing. There we have a reciprocal effect. Then we have a negative effect, inverse effect. If B is increasing, then A will be decreasing. If the value of B will be increased, the value of A will be decreased. Simply, if we say that B is equals to 5, A becomes 10. If we say that B is equals to 10, so A will be 5. So this is a huge difference. If the value of B will increase, the value of A will decrease. So this is the inverse relation, inverse effect in the inverse proportion. This is the difference between two proportionalities. So we can use the general formula to find the specific formula for this relationship. So just first we have to find the general formula. We have to write the general formula, then we calculate the specific relationship by finding the value of K. Now move on to question number 1. So question number 1 is, for the classwork is A is inversely proportional to B. When A is equals to 2, B is equals to 5, write an equation linking A and B. So first start from that. A is inversely proportional to B. It means that A is equals to K divided by B. Now it is inversely proportional. In statement he simply give the statement to the proportionality relationship between two variables A and B, which is inversely proportional. So we write that A is equals to K divided by B. Now we put the values of A and B. A is equals to 2 and B is equals to 5. Now solve this for the value of K. So 5 to the 10, it becomes 10. 10 is equals to K, so the value of K is equals to 10. Now we have to write the final equation. A is equals to K divided by 10 divided by B. So the value of K is 10, so it is 10 divided by B. This is the simple equation linking A and B. Now move on. Question number 2 is A is inversely proportional to the square of B. So you know that what is the square of B, what is the cube of B. In previous directly proportional topics, directly proportional lessons, I was clearly defined these things. So move on. First we have to write the basic general equation. A is equals to K divided by B square. A is equals to K divided by B square. This is the general formula. Now put the values of A and B. It becomes 3 is equals to K divided by 4 square. Now 4 square is equals to 16. 16 multiply with 3. Now here we have, say, 4 square is in divide form. When we move this 4 square to the left side, it will multiply with 3. So 3 multiplied by 16 becomes 48. So the value of K is 48. Now we have to write the equation linking A and B. A is equals to 48 over B square. So this is the simple steps to find the value of K in inversely proportional as well. Same as in directly proportional as well, or same as in inversely proportional as well. So this is the simple equation connecting A and B. So now move on to the question number. So there we have homework for this topic is inversely proportional. So I am going to define these all questions for you, how to solve these. As simple as question A is inversely proportional to B. Second one is A is inversely proportional to B. The values are different. So A is inversely proportional to the B square, and same as A is inversely proportional to the B square. These values are different. Just so you have to just put the values to find the value of K and write the equation linking A and B. So the fifth one question is the A is inversely proportional to the square root of B, and sixth one is the same as the question number 5th. 7th one is the A is inversely proportional to the cube of B, and the 8th one is A is inversely proportional to the cube of B. So simply you can use the basic equation how to find the inversely proportional, how to find the value of K, and then after that how to write the equation. So I hope you will give the response for this homework. Stay tuned, stay safe, stay home. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.